So these are the most overpowered cursed techniques in Jujutsu Kaisen. And before we start, Gojo and Sukuna are not number 1. Also, spoiler warning. At number 7 is Hikari's cursed technique. Once he hits a jackpot inside his domain, he gains effectively unlimited cursed energy for 4 minutes and 11 seconds. Since his cursed energy never runs out, his body automatically uses reverse cursed technique to heal almost any injury instantly. Even if he loses an arm, gets stabbed through the chest, or takes damage that would kill most sorcerers, he can keep fighting. And when those 4 minutes and 11 seconds are over, he can simply open his domain again and try for another jackpot. If he keeps landing them, he's almost impossible to put down. The only downside is that he has to hit a jackpot first. Without it, he loses access to his near invincible state. At number 6 is Megumi's 10 Shadows. The biggest proof of how powerful this technique is that, since ancient times, it's been the only technique capable of rivaling Limitless. Even though we never got to see its true peak because of obvious reasons, 10 Shadows still has incredible potential. At number 5 is Yuta's Copy. Most of you already know how Copy works, so let's focus on its biggest drawback. Unlike the original Rika from JJK0, this version requires Rika to consume part of someone's body before Yuta can copy their technique. And if that body part is later regenerated, Yuta loses access to the copied technique. On top of that, he can only fully access Rika and his stored techniques for 5 minutes at a time. Because the human brain can't safely hold multiple complex cursed techniques, Yuta stores them inside Rika instead. That 5-minute limit is a huge weakness against other top-tier sorcerers. Now, we're into the top 4. At number 4 is Sukuna's Shrine. Shrine has almost no inherent drawback, but its true power depends almost entirely on the user's skill, intelligence, and cursed energy control. The best example is Sukuna's World-Cutting Slash. After watching Maharaga's second adaptation to Limitless, Sukuna used it as a blueprint to evolve Dismantle. Instead of targeting just a person, he expanded its target to the space they occupied, creating an attack capable of bypassing Limitless itself. At number 3 is Gojo's Limitless. The only reason it isn't higher is because Limitless is incomplete without the 6 eyes. On its own, it consumes an enormous amount of cursed energy, making it almost impossible to use efficiently for long. At number 2 is Yuji's Shrine. Yuji inherited Shrine after serving as Sukuna's vessel, but because of his unique physiology, his version of Shrine has an ability Sukuna's doesn't. Instead of only cutting physical matter, Yuji can target the boundary between souls, allowing him to directly affect opponents on a spiritual level. That unique application makes his version even more dangerous. At number 1 is Dabura. Dabura possesses 2 of the most overpowered cursed techniques in the verse. His first is a hereditary technique passed down through the Deskunte tribe. Its true name can't even be pronounced by Earthlings. It's described as murderous intent given tangible form. In other words, Dabura can physically manifest his killing intent, turning something that should only be psychological into a real force that can attack, restrain, and dominate the battlefield. His second technique is Light. By manipulating cursed energy as light, he can fire devastating beams that pierce enemies, create solid hard light constructs, and propel himself at sublight speeds. The trade-off is that the extreme air resistance places tremendous strain on his body. But even Dabura isn't number 0. That spot belongs to Takaba's cursed technique, Comedian. Its ability is unbelievably simple. Anything Takaba genuinely finds funny becomes reality. If he thinks a joke would be hilarious, reality itself changes to make it happen. It can nullify attacks, create impossible situations, and even affect some of the strongest characters in the series.